Module Overview. The acquisition and development of land is not merely a physical or commercial activity. It is deeply rooted in the legal and regulatory architecture of a given jurisdiction. Legal due diligence serves as the gateway through which developers, investors, and institutions safeguard their interests, avoid litigation, and ensure secure, uncontested ownership. In many land disputes, particularly in emerging economies, failure to conduct robust legal checks is the primary cause of project delays, revocation, demolitions, or financial loss. This module offers you an exhaustive and advanced understanding of the legal dimension of land acquisition, focusing on the review of title documents, investigation of claims, identification of encumbrances, and compliance with regulatory requirements. The module also addresses the process of land registration, perfection of title, documentation formats, and legal frameworks governing private, communal, and public lands. You will acquire the competence to interpret and evaluate the validity of land documentation, engage qualified legal counsel, and understand the legal protocols for leasehold, freehold, and statutory rights. 1. Introduction to legal due diligence in land acquisition. Definition and objectives, legal versus commercial versus technical due diligence. Why legal due diligence is foundational in land investment parties involved: buyer, seller, legal counsel, surveyors, government officers. 2. Key legal concepts and doctrines in land law. Land tenure systems in Nigeria, customary, statutory, and leasehold doctrine of Nemo, dat quod non habet. You cannot give what you don't have. Possessory rights versus ownership rights. Doctrine of notice and priority of interest. Adverse possession and prescription. 3. Types of land ownership and interests. Freehold versus leasehold. Statutory right of occupancy, R of O. Customary right of occupancy. Equitable interests, e.g., tenancy at will, equitable mortgage. Government acquisition and revocation powers. Differences between private, communal, and public lands. 4. Title documents and their legal implications. Deed of assignment, certificate of occupancy, C of O. Survey plan, approved building plan, gazette for excised land. Deed of sublease and power of attorney governor's consent and perfection of title. Land registry and title verification process. Steps to conduct a title search at the land registry role of the Surveyor General's Office. How to verify the authenticity of land documents, land information certificate, spotting forgeries and inconsistencies. Automation and digitization of land registries. 6. Encumbrances and land use restrictions. Liens, charges, and mortgages. Family land and multiple ownerships. Pending litigation or caveats. Zoning restrictions and government reservations. Environmental encumbrances. For example, floodplain zoning. 7. Legal instruments in land transactions. Contracts of sale and conditions precedent, power of attorney, revocability, duration, limitations, deeds, preparation, execution, registration, affidavits, indemnities, and statutory declarations, importance of legal representation in drafting. 8. Land registration and perfection of title. Steps in title perfection: obtain governor's consent, pay stamp duty and registration fees, file documents with land registry timeline and cost implications, risks of unperfected title, state-specific processes, e.g. Lagos, Edo, Abuja. 9. Title, insurance, and fraud prevention. What is title insurance? Scope, exclusions, and duration of coverage. How to obtain and claim under title insurance. Fraud red flags, double allocation, forged signatures, impersonation, land verification checklists, and proactive safeguards. 10. Conflict resolution and land dispute management. ADR methods, arbitration, mediation, conciliation, litigation procedures in land disputes, land use, Act 1978 provisions, rights of occupiers and third parties, community engagement and legal harmonization. Learning outcomes. By the end of this module, you will be able to interpret and analyze core land law principles and their application to transactions, evaluate the validity, legality, and authenticity of land title documents, navigate the land registry system to conduct legal searches and verifications, understand the legal risks in acquiring unregistered or encumbered land, draft or review key legal instruments involved in land transactions, apply legal due diligence practices to avoid fraud and litigation, engage in dispute resolution strategies using legal and ADR mechanisms,